Good morning. I'm going to show you the 7 TRE exercises designed by Dr. David Puccelli for tension and trauma release. First one, grounding and stretching the ankles. I want you to lift your toes. I want you to actually put your feet about hip distance apart. Lift your toes, stretch them out, grab onto the floor with your feet, and really feel the connection of the foot to the ground. Feel the connection there. So feet are in contact with the earth, about hip width apart, slight bend in the knee, and then what I'm going to do, take a breath, release through the mouth, let my shoulders drop, and then gently move my hips to the right side. So I'm going to make sure that I'm actually putting the weight on the outer edge of my right foot and the inner edge of my left foot. A couple slow deep breaths here. Slide over to the left. Now the weight's mostly on the outside left edge of my left foot. A little bit on the inner right edge of the inner edge of my right foot. A couple deep breaths and just relax into this stretch. And then again, going to the right side, a couple breaths. To the left again. And then I want you to just a couple times you can use your breath. Maybe inhale. And then exhale, slide over. So just using your breath in your own rhythm, slowly coming from side to side again. Slow and easy and with purpose, and then when you're done, gentle shake of your legs. Next exercise, number 2, is to fatigue the calf muscles, and we're going to use a wall. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can, with your feet together, your hands on the wall about shoulder height, relaxed at the elbow, a little bend in it. You can lift up and start raising up to the toes and the ball of the foot, and then slowly back down. Or you can do it both at the same time if you have a day where you're feeling tired or imbalanced. You can do it at the same time, or you can do it one at a time. But the goal is between a 0 and a 10 scale, you want to get to about a 7 of fatigue in that calf muscle. The slower you go, the quicker it'll get fatigued. And then a gentle shake. And then you go on the next leg, same thing. Slowly up and down. The slower you go, the quicker the muscle will get fatigued. Remembering to breathe. And when you get to about a 7, gentle shake of that leg. Third exercise is to fatigue the quadriceps, the upper thigh muscles, also the hips and the glutes. So same position, feet together, hands on the wall about shoulder height. This one also can be done one leg at a time, or if you really are feeling tired or off balance, you could do it with both legs together. So it's raising the leg and sliding the hips back like you were gonna sit down in the bench. Watch that the knee doesn't go forward over the toes, but that when you're bending, the hips slide back. You do it a few times till you get to a 7. Shake your leg out. I mean, some people do it 10 times or more. It all depends on what your body needs. So the more you prep the body, the more it can go into the tremoring process. So again, you do it on the other side. Breathing. You'll notice one side's probably weaker than the other, so you start to get to know where the body might need more attention or caution. After a gentle shake of that leg, now we're going to go to the 4th exercise, which is stretching the inner thighs, the hamstrings, so the back of the thighs, and the lower back as well. So we're going to get into a wide stance. Feet are parallel, toes are pointed forward, and then you're just going to hinge at the hips. And in this forward fold, I want you to breathe nice and slow and easy 3 times. Then you're going to reach over to the right leg, 3 relaxed breaths. I forgot, there is a slight bend to the knees, so pay attention to the knees that they're not straight. Then you're going to come to the left, 3 deep relaxed breaths. And then back to the center, you're going to reach back behind your legs with the palm face up for 3 more breaths. I will show you what it looks like from the side. It's basically just reaching back with the palms face up. And again, you can see there's a soft bend in my knees. When we're done, you can roll up or you can use your hands to support yourself up. Bring the feet back together to center and then a gentle shake of the legs. 5th exercise is to stretch the front of the hips and the front of the body. So I'm going to show you from the side. And again, we're about hip width apart, gentle bend in the knees. You're going to take your hands and slide them like you have back pockets in your jeans. And then what we're going to do is we're going to push the hips forward with the hands. So you can imagine a drawer here, and like you're just using your hips to try to close the drawer, right? So you can kind of tuck the tailbone, push forward. Now my body doesn't go as far into the pushing forward and lifting my chest at the same time because of my scoliosis. So you won't see it looking so dramatic on me, but you can push yourself a little bit further if it feels comfortable for your body. So hips forward, chest lifted, 3 deep breaths here. And then we're gonna turn with the hips, shoulders follow, neck follows wherever it's comfortable. It can look over the right shoulder down. But keep thinking about pushing that left hip forward and chest being lifted as you're in this position, breathing 3 times. And then moving to the opposite side, same thing, neck can stop wherever it's comfortable. The right hip is not pushing forward. My chest is still lifted as you breathe 3 times. And then to the front, again, making sure those hips are forward, like a string is pulling, chest is lifted, the head is not thrown back. Sorry, I wanted to say that in the beginning. Our head is just looking straight, chin parallel to the ground. 3 more breaths in that last. And then release and a gentle shake. 6th exercise has 2 parts. So it's our last standing exercise. We're going to come against the wall and walk our feet out until we're in a sitting position. Doesn't have to be this low. You can start wherever it feels comfortable for you. I would say at least make it a difficult level of like 5. And as it starts to raise, maybe to a 6 or 7, if you feel like you need to give your legs a break, just walk your feet an inch closer and come up an inch on the wall. And you can do that as many times as you need. The goal is to be in this position for 3 to 5 minutes. So it's not about the degree and how long you can sit in one spot, but just staying on the wall, engaging yourself like this, and making it a little easier so you can stay longer. It's more about the duration and not the intensity. When you hit about 3 to 5 minutes, you go ahead and push yourself off the wall with knees bent, hang forward, and stretch the back of the legs, the spine and the neck one more time. You can stay here for about a minute. Nice deep breath. And again, rolling up when you're done. You can also use your hands to support yourself with a straight back. Just taking your time. And then a gentle shake of the legs. Now I'm going to be coming onto the ground, so I'm going to move this so you can see me a little easier. Let's see. Okay. Looks good. So on the floor, we're going to start with the soles of our feet come together, the bottoms of our feet come together, and we're pulling them as close to the body as you can. I'm flexible this way, so mine come very close. My legs are opened up into a butterfly position, and you just want to rest here in at least 30 seconds to a minute. Take a couple breaths, feel your back on the mat, try to relax your neck, jaw and head. Eyes can be closed if they want, or you can open them. It's totally up to you. And then we're gonna lift the hips. And so I sometimes play with pushing my feet together, as well as you're pushing the sides of them into the ground so that you can lift. But just feeling the power in this position. Hanging out here for a minute. Breathing. You might feel your body bopping up and down a bit or swing from right to left. Totally normal. And after about a full minute, so I'm not sure, I'm not really timing today, but trying to get a minute, you go ahead and bring the hips back down, stretch open, take a breath. And then slide the feet away so that now there's a diamond shape in between my legs. And then you rest here for a minute. I'm not gonna rest a full minute, but you would rest here for a minute. Then we're gonna raise the knees 2 inches and hold for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, you raise it again about 1 inch or 2. And you're gonna hold for 2 minutes. Then again, you're gonna raise for a third time, 2 inches, and hold here for 2 minutes. Those 2 minutes in those 3 intervals are very important. If you start doing less time, you might notice that you shake less. It is something you can play with as you do the exercises on your own, but I noticed that those 2 minutes are important for my tremoring. After the 2 minutes are up, you're gonna take the feet and place them down on the mat now. You release their contact sole to sole and put them down. They still can be touching edge to edge, but the knees you want to make sure are about 12 inches apart. They're about your hip distance apart. And this is where you're gonna probably spend most of your time hanging out. So the tremoring probably will have already started. If not, you can sometimes encourage more sensation by putting your hands on your hips. It brings a lot of sensation and awareness to me, and it feels like it kind of creates a little circuit. When you need a break, I would say after at least 5 minutes, even if you don't feel like you need a break, to go ahead and lay your legs down and relax for a minute. Take at least a minute. It'll give the nervous system time to reset. Even if you don't think you're doing a lot of shaking, sometimes the gentle inner shaking is actually doing more work because it's working on like a deeper level, sometimes with the fascia. So take a break, and then you can always come back slowly into the same position. Feet are down flat on the mat, touching. My knees are apart, and then I'm relaxed. My arms can be anywhere. You can try different positions, see what it feels like. And again, if you want to stop completely, the only thing you need to remember is when the feet go flat. Oh, can't see my whole body there. Let me make sure, because this is important, is that when they go flat, you pull them towards you, you flex them towards your body if you need to stop the shaking completely. Otherwise, you're gonna stay here and allow the shaking. I would say take 2 breaks. Take one in 5 minutes, take one in another 5 minutes, and then if you wanna shake another 5 minutes, 15 minutes is what they suggest in the beginning, not to overdo it. And then after that third 5 minutes is when you would bring it to a close. Go into, again, a resting position, either on your back, you can lay on your side, or you can lay on your stomach, and just spend about 3 minutes quietly relaxing and letting, again, the nervous system take time to integrate. And when you're done, you're gonna either way slowly make your way to your side. And then bringing yourself up. Thanking yourself, thanking God, and just enjoying your day. Love you guys.